Welcome back to another episode of the LoFi podcast. Today we got Caleb.
Hello, everyone.
Heidi.
The same people.
Rick.
Yo.
Same people as always. I'm your host as always. And today we're going to talk about Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 1. We've been waiting, what?
Year and a half.
Too long.
Two
Too
years
long.
almost?
Almost 2 years.
2 years.
For this to come back. It's
Time
been,
could not be measured.
So I got the episode breakdown here of where we start at the beginning
Official?
of the episode. Official Lo-Fi podcast recap.
Yeah.
So the episode opens up where you got a little boy running around and
Wait. There's a new title. There's a new little...
Oh, yeah.
That's right. The new opening intro.
That
Yes.
shit's
Dude.
crazy.
Super cool because they're like, let's
Yes.
go all out, and we go inside.
Yes.
Yeah, you're going inside the fucking things now. Dude,
There's
that
the
was cool.
water and this.
I had
All the dragon.
I have questions
shit.
about the Astro Blade. So
Astro Blade?
it's the in the sky.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's supposed to be the sun, but it's the Astro Blade.
I just thought it was a thing.
It's what? No, it's referred to as the Astro Blade.
I didn't know that. I
You
just
don't
thought it
know
was a thing.
Tell us about the Astro Blade.
Well, normally it
Who
would
created
have.
the Astro Blade.
What is
Where
the
was it
Astro
forged?
Blade?
Normally it had depictions of like Robert's Rebellion on it and stuff
Right,
like
yeah.
that, right?
Right.
But now it's got new stuff on it, which I was gonna ask you guys. I know one of them.
I saw a
was it
lion.
Dude holding a lion.
No. It was
Or
the lion,
wolf head, was it?
and then the wolf's corpse, and then someone holding the wolf head.
A White Walker?
I think that was supposed to be because the way
What's that?
the way his
Was
stance
that-
is, it looked like
Is that the Red Wedding?
What?
No.
maybe one of them was. What was the first one?
No. This was all one picture. It was a lion sitting on a thing, and then it went down, and then there was the little wolf corpse,
Mm-hmm.
and then the guy was standing on a little thing up here holding
right.
the wolf head.
Yeah,
Aw. So the stars
That was like
lose.
split second.
yeah.
But that's like super spoilery if they did that in the freaking first episode.
I mean,
if it comes
that
to
was
It's gonna be
that's
the
in the
title,
opening credits,
yeah.
right? That was in the little sun thing. With
That's
the
not.
rings.
That's talking about stuff that already happened, like from past events,
Okay, so
from the
it is
series.
the Red Wedding.
So I'm gonna say it is a Red Wedding, or the other one's like the flayed man, right, holding the wolf head.
Or
something.
no. That's the scene where Ned Stark gets beheaded.
Oh, true.
The lion sitting down because it's Joffrey on the throne.
True.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
So a lot
That's
of
Cuban.
I thought what was cool
Yeah.
too was they're showing the like tiles flipping, right, and they're like turning from white
Yeah.
to like blue to show that
Yeah,
the
that's
zombies
cool.
this episode
Yeah.
they're coming towards
The White
Hearth.
Walkers are coming.
Was it Hearthstone or
Last
Last
Hearth.
Hearth?
Last Hearth.
Last
Last
Hearth or
Hearth.
whatever.
Yeah.
They go into the castles,
The
both
wall
right
was
Winterfell.
broken. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
There was a
Mhm.
huge
A hole in it.
I thought, the whole intro is like, oh my god, this is
Yeah,
all
yeah,
new.
yeah.
it
Like,
was super
just hype,
cool.
just
Just
fucking
looking
hype.
at everything, trying to figure everything out.
Yeah.
That you're looking at.
It's like I'm just being assaulted. You're like, wait,
Yeah.
what's
I
happening?
almost wanted to rewind, but it was like, no, this is live.
Yeah. Going live here.
Yeah.
So that happens.
Yeah.
Right?
Dude.
Then we open
Then we
to a little boy running around, right? Runs
Boy.
past Arya. You can tell this is Winterfell. Runs past Arya, right? And she smiles because she remembers what it was like to be a kid, to be all excited. This is an episode of like reunions, right? So
Mhm.
the armies
Is
are
that the
coming
overall
in.
theme?
I think so. I
Yeah,
mean, a lot of
definitely
people,
reunions.
yeah, for sure. Like a lot of people who haven't seen each other in fucking years are coming together finally. in this
Some I
episode.
forgot about.
Especially at the end there.
We're with them every time we watch an episode, but they aren't with each other. So
Right.
we are reminded of that fact when they're
Yes.
brought together.
Yes.
That they actually haven't seen each other in a while.
Yeah, and you think about it like, oh, like even, well, you know what? We'll get
to
there.
it. We'll get to it. Keep
But
going.
a lot of reunions
Reunions.
this episode.
All the reunions.
Right?
All of
You have
All
Jon
my way.
Snow coming in with Daenerys and the Unsullied are coming in, right? The
Yeah.
dragons and everything.
Into Winterfell.
But
And-
not to people who are cheering. It's quiet. It's like
The North.
almost uncomfortable, right? The way they're coming in. It's the North,
I
right?
think it's
Is that
a
how Robert
racial
inserts-
thing because a lot of the white people are judging all the colored people coming in.
Oh my
It's a common in
God.
society. You know, I don't know. Only it's solely they're from the foreign land.
I mean, I think
They just
anyone,
don't trust foreigners
Yeah.
or strangers.
They just happen to be
It's common
of
in
a
our
different
society.
color.
It's all the immigrants
I
coming in.
you know, I see
White
that,
people are
Caleb.
like,
I think it's
I don't like
just
it.
that they're foreigners.
Don't
Was
trust
that
them.
how Robert and Cersei were received, though?
No, well, no, because they just
Because it wasn't a big
just
thing. They
summer
weren't
folk.
applauding
I
or
mean-
anything. They were just real quiet. When
You know what? They did have
Outsiders.
very regal like music playing at the time, whereas this one it just was quiet. There's no music in the background. Maybe that helped. drive
Well,
that home.
because he's a friend of Ned's and they all trust Ned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you have Jon Snow who abandoned them and then comes back with strangers.
Yeah.
So all the more reason to be weary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they come in, it's uncomfortable, right? Then they do their salutation, everyone's meeting everybody. Sansa immediately
Standoffish.
just real standoffish, just looking Daenerys up and down. After Daenerys being like genuine, like poor thing, I felt bad for her. I was like, oh,
I
she's
don't.
trying to be nice.
don't.
Why
He
not?
didn't- He didn't like that she was
Why?
like that.
Wait,
Well,
that Daenerys was like trying
yeah.
to. But it's her.
But there's-
Think of it this way: it's
but
her
I'm
boyfriend's
going-
family. She's trying to make a good impression, right? Why wouldn't she come in
At
nice?
first, I was kind of like, what the heck, Sansa? But as the episode went on, I'm like, no, I'm flipping how I feel about each of them, about Daenerys and Sansa.
Mhm.
But we can get into that later.
We can get into it.
Because it goes on with more of the episode, but like, I really thought it was really smart. Also, I really like Sansa now, like a lot.
Yeah.
I thought it was really smart of her to be like, okay, this is cool, we have an army, but like, how are we going to feed all these people?
Yeah.
And 2 freaking dragons.
You know what? I think her. I mean, she's not wrong, right? Like
She's
the things
not
she's
wrong.
bringing up. I think
Yeah.
she just didn't have to be a dick about it.
She
Yeah.
also didn't see the threat. She doesn't know what's
She doesn't
out
know,
there.
yeah,
So
totally.
Yeah, true. She doesn't know.
I think
So
it's
she's
fair
just-
her to be like
yeah.
that.
True.
And then, like, I didn't like how Daenerys was all like, your sister doesn't trust me, but she has to respect me, blah, blah, blah. I'm her queen. She's got to bend the knee. Like, yo, bro.
I
Like,
think, but that only came out after Sansa was being like that, though.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think, like afterwards, she's like, "Oh, well, fuck this bitch." Then you know, like if she's not respecting me, then we got problems.
I think Jon is the smartest person in the whole show. Where he's like, none of this, all the titles, all this crap doesn't
yeah,
matter.
none of it matters.
Like, this really doesn't matter.
I
until
think
we don't- this
I think
doesn't
he's
work.
more like Ned in that he's very, very honorable. But like he could still do stuff to be honorable, but that kind of stuff can get you killed. I think he's just
Yes.
been lucky that he's survived.
But I feel like at
he
this
hasn't
point-
though. He died
I know.
and came back.
That's true.
Yeah,
True.
and he is a little better than Ned in the sense like he's not super honorable because remember he broke his night watch vows.
True.
Right, when he said that he could,
Yeah.
killed one of his night watchmen
Yeah.
to survive.
Crows before hoes.
Yeah, but I feel like Jon is just like more than just being honorable. I feel like he's just like, listen, all that matters right now is just these White Walkers that are coming. I fought them twice.
He's
I love
fought
that.
them twice.
I love that line. It's like I fought them twice. Like none of this matters. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
we have to freaking like this is all we need to focus on at the moment. Like I don't think he's focused on the future at the moment. He's like I'm really concerned about this moment coming up, and
Yeah.
I think that's totally understandable coming
Yeah.
from where he's coming from.
So
Exactly.
without her actually having seen the White Walkers herself, I mean, she's also just closed. I want to say maybe closed-minded, but just worried about home, right?
Right.
Like
Yeah,
these
and-
people coming in
And everyone pretty much in Winterfell feels that way. And
Yeah.
like, it sucks, but yeah, they all feel that way.
that's the way they are and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they have the town meeting where they're talking about what are we going to do, what's happening. Some people aren't showing up because Jon left and Jon was supposed to be their king, right? And
Yeah.
at this point, though, who was it? That little kid, Lord
The Lord
Umbre?
Umbridge?
Umbridge, something like that.
Umber or
Umber?
Umber. I think it was
Umber.
Umber. Lord Umber.
Yeah.
They task him with like, hey, we'll give you some extra horses and carriages, whatever, so you can go bring your people because he was having trouble getting his people over or whatever.
Right.
And then the other little girl, I forgot what her name was.
Karstark?
No.
Is
No,
she
she's
Mormont.
Mormont.
Mormont. Yeah, she's
she's
the
the
Mormont
little
clan.
girl,
Yeah,
sorry,
the little
sorry.
girl.
Yeah.
Lady Mormont.
Yeah, she comes in there and kind of in front of everyone challenges
Jon
Jon
Snow's
Snow.
Which I
position.
thought was awesome.
Yeah. I
Which-
mean, well
Good on her.
deserved. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because he abandoned them, right? So she's there, be like, well, what's different about this time? Or, I mean, we trusted you and you left type stuff, But again, no one there has really seen that threat like Jon
Right.
Snow has. I mean, I think he did what he could.
Yeah,
So,
totally.
I mean, that's why he brought everyone, right? But I don't think anyone's going to care really until
They see it.
they see it for themselves. And
Yeah.
stuff.
For sure.
And then food, and then none of that, and then like it's
Yeah.
all just
What are
gonna
they
be
gonna
let's
eat?
live.
Whatever they want.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, story
It's
shade
true.
You're gonna tell Dragon he can't eat that?
I
Fuck.
I thought she was going to say people or something just to like,
You
throw
fuck
more
with it.
shade at her.
Yeah.
Feed her your people and
You.
shit.
You
Redheads.
Redheads.
So after this, we have an interaction between Sansa and Tyrion, who haven't seen each other.
Which I thought was like, oh, it's so cool. I
Yeah.
forgot we haven't seen them together.
Yeah,
since
like,
Dragon's
Reunion.
Den.
Reunion.
The first of the reunions. Well, not the
First
first.
of many.
There's so many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because John coming in, seeing, well, I guess at this point he hasn't really
Bran.
seen Arya yet. Did he see
But he
Bran?
saw
He saw
Bran.
Bran. He's like, you're a man now. And he's like,
Yeah.
Almost.
God
So
damn.
good.
So
Fucking all those Bran memes, man, of him just
They're so
fucking.
good. All the Bran memes are so good.
I love those so much. Yeah, you realize that Tyrion and Sansa hadn't seen each other in forever.
You're technically married.
Yeah, they're fucking married,
Yeah.
and shit happened, and she
So much
took off.
happened.
So much happened,
Honestly.
and you I think at that point though, I think they were both fine with each other. Like, they both trust each other, right? I don't get the of course she calls him stupid for thinking that
Which I thought
that
was
Cersei's
cool.
gonna come.
I was
Yeah.
really smart for her to
Yeah.
say, like, you really think your sister's going to come help us? Like, I thought
Yeah.
you're the wisest man ever or whatever.
Yeah, which I thought I was like, damn, that's
very
true.
That's very true.
I think though at that point maybe Tyrion knows inside that she wasn't going to, but he's like hopeful, or like
Yeah,
for himself,
definitely.
like he's
Yeah.
lying to himself about it,
Maybe.
So-
It's the only choice they have, or
Yeah.
they need more people,
Bodies.
more bodies.
And I think him spending time with Daenerys and them, I mean, he has been a little more honorable. He's had to be
Soft.
less sneaky and shit. Yeah, like he's
He's
like
been
he's
away
softening
from the
his
game a while.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like he hasn't been there trying to fucking
Well, they're
survive.
dealing with the threat.
Yeah, he's just there advising, Khaleesi now or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think, maybe just time not necessarily dulled him, but also like he's just out of practice, really.
For sure.
Then we have an interaction between Arya and Jon when he's visiting the white trees
Yes.
with the faces.
She's all stealth and shit.
Yeah,
Yes.
she
You
didn't
didn't
even
even hear.
hear her creeping up on him or anything like that. That's it tells you a lot about what she can do, man.
Needle.
That was cool.
I thought so. Reunion was curious to me though.
A little bit before that, though, she meets up with what's his name?
Was that
That's
before?
after.
That's
Was that after or was that
Gendry?
before?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're talking about
Yeah,
Gendry.
that's
It's after.
after.
it's after. Okay.
It's on the list.
Reunions.
I think her reaffirming to him that like, hey, like I'm just protecting our family, and him saying, well, I'm family too, or whatever, and she's like, don't forget that. Like, I think to me seemed a little more defensive than like oh yeah, don't forget we're family. It was just more like, don't forget we're family because I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah, I
or
don't know why
something.
they're being,
know,
but I don't know why they're being so
Standoffish.
against like Khaleesi or whatever.
I think
Yeah.
it is because he
She's-
left
She's a
them
foreign
for
princess.
yeah,
I guess so.
Queen.
a queen.
Who's coming over and
Yeah.
taking over Winterfell.
Like he is, using her for the dragons and the army and all that. But like
He
once
fuck-
that's done,
Yeah,
But he
because
then
they
he's
almost
really propping her up to be the king of the seven realms, like taking back, like she already did what she had to do to get those people to bend the knee to her or whatever. Like she's gonna change the resume, and I don't think that far has like come to his brainwave. Whereas because they haven't seen the threat, that's what they're thinking of. They're thinking of the
Yeah.
politics
Yeah.
that goes into bringing her over here.
Yeah.
That's very true.
But I like how she gives Sansa props because Arya and Sansa were like
Yeah,
so
because they were
different.
like not,
Yeah.
they were not getting along last season, really.
She's
so.
the smartest person I know. That was so cute. I
Ah,
wish
that was
my
cute,
sister
too.
talked
It's
to
like-
me like that.
Yeah, like they're protecting each other now.
Yeah, no.
I mean, they're both like dangerous now if you think about it.
Yeah.
After that, the gold company arrives in King's Landing. I blanked out for a second. Cersei gets news that the White Walkers have broken through, and she's like,
So these guys are who?
I totally
Gold
forgot
Company.
about this.
Gold
Yeah.
Company. They're the
Iron
ones
Islands?
that
They're mercenaries, right?
they're mercenaries from across the seas that Euron Greyjoy has. Like she paid for them.
Oh,
She
okay.
basically paid for this army.
Okay.
Because they're from across the seas or whatever. So that's a
Right.
gold company, right? That's where they're coming in. That's why she's like, the elephants thing happens, right? She's like, no elephants. The guy's like, no, they're
But
not good for
HBO's
long
like-
sea voyages.
HBO's like, we don't have the budget.
We have the budget for elephants.
We have everything else. We can't do that.
And you see Euron Greyjoy, of course, making a plea to her, like, hey, I've done all this for you.
hate him.
What's up?
You hate him?
I hate cocky characters.
I know, me
I
too.
can get everything.
I don't like
want.
Euron. I hate him.
No,
Yeah.
he's cool.
I like your idea. He's fucking
yeah,
cool. He's cool as fuck.
I hate
He's-
cocky characters.
He just fucking walked out when
He's
he saw
your
that shit.
charismatic pirate,
Yeah.
dude.
He's a pirate.
Charismatic. I would
Charismatic pirate.
Charismatic.
He's like, I'll fucking kill my family for you, Cersei. That's how much I don't give a shit. Like,
Yeah,
he's
dude.
cool, man.
That's
No,
not
I feel like
charismatic.
he's just cocky. He's like, because the first thing he does
That's
is he
the
tells
difference.
Yara,
Okay,
there's-
hold on.
There's a difference between
You just
cockiness
said
and
he's not
confidence.
charismatic.
I say I don't think he
Okay,
is.
he got
he just
Cersei.
told Cersei all that shit, and she's like, "You want a fucking queen? You want a whore? Go buy one. You want a queen? Earn one." And then he fucking still ends up in the sack with her. Dude. Come on, that's not
Yeah.
charisma, dude.
That's plus 50 speech, man.
Dude,
He talked
he
his
is-
way into
I'd say
bed.
that's speech points,
and then
guys.
his whole introduction to his character when he goes and he meets fucking Cersei for the first time or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's there doing that whole banter with fucking Jamie and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all charisma there too, man.
Yes.
I just felt like he's been wanting to get in her pants since day one. That's
Yeah.
all he's just doing. He's like,
Me
I'm just gonna
too.
get in your pants. And it's so obvious. He's like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get in your pants.
That's
But-
why.
And he fucking did it!
Yeah, he
He's
was.
so good!
I hate him.
He's
So
fucking
annoying.
great.
So
With you on
annoying.
that, man. I
I
don't like
just hate
him.
him.
And he's got that fucking axe, that fucking octopus axe and shit. That badass one. So
Yeah.
good.
So that in that same vein,
It's fucking badass.
so we cut to Bronn, right? Gets interrupted.
It's like, we need a nudity scene this episode.
Yeah.
Let's have Bronn screw
Let's have
three
Bronn
women.
fucking screwing 3 chicks.
We
Wasn't,
need
Yes.
a new
wasn't he married? Or is he?
Yeah,
He
a
had
castle.
a castle and a wife,
And they
and that all
took
got
him.
taken away from him.
The wife too?
Well, the lands and titles, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Or I doubt he'd stay with her.
That's funny.
But he's given a proposal to, I think,
Kill
without saying it, kill Tyrion?
both brothers.
Both of
Plural.
them.
It said S because we find out Jamie,
Because Jamie
took off. Yeah.
right. So,
Fucking family.
Yeah. So she's ready to kill Jamie. That's
Damn.
that's where she's
Yeah.
at.
Yeah.
Like, she just wants the throne. All her kids are dead. What does she want?
she's killing off her kids, her family.
That's crazy. Like,
Any threat to her.
you think she's gonna be happy? No.
That's crazy.
She's Euron.
So, I mean, you're on
I got
set
one keep her happy.
that he's going to put a baby in her.
Yeah.
But she can't have babies anymore.
She's
right?
already,
Can she?
she's pregnant.
What?
Supposedly.
She's pregnant already.
Supposedly.
When?
Didn't the...
Last
Before,
season.
I remember.
before Jamie leaves, she's like, I have your baby. We're pregnant
Oh
again.
shit.
That's why, like,
I'm still going to leave.
that's what Tyrion, without saying it, when he's talking to Sansa, he was like, oh, well, she has something to fight for now. Like, he was referencing her
Oh,
fucking
the
baby.
baby?
She wants to live
Oh,
now
I forgot
because she's
about
got
that.
a fucking kid now.
That's
Or
crazy.
she's pregnant.
Hmm.
So that's why when he's like, oh, I'm going to put a baby prince in you.
Didn't
Like, I think for
the-
her worked out, she's like, oh, good, I can say it's his.
Oh.
Didn't
Yeah, I
that
thought
one
it was
witch-
another thing she's doing.
Maybe
the
that's
same
why
thing.
she let it happen.
Maybe.
Maybe she wasn't falling under his charismatic fucking charm, and instead she's like, wait, this would work out, and I can make it seem like he's the one who impregnated me.
Yeah,
Didn't the witch make a prophecy that she would only have 3 kids and they would all
before-
die?
Yeah.
And then she would become queen.
So, I
But there's
mean...
nothing past.
Oh,
she's
she
saying
could-
past-
I mean,
She
I
lost all her
doubt. I
kids.
doubt this season's gonna last 9 months. So whatever happens, yeah. I mean, maybe she'll.
Shit.
So maybe that's- yeah.
What if the White Walkers took the throne?
Damn,
Damn, Ice Throne.
Ice Throne.
After that, we have Theon coming in and saving his sister finally, growing a pair.
No,
She
man.
fucking hit him.
That still does not redeem him in my eyes.
No,
I agree.
I'm just glad he
But
did
I'm glad
it.
he
I'm glad he did it,
Yeah.
but he's still not redeemed.
No, he's
agree.
Reek
He's
forever.
still Reek forever.
Yeah, he's Reek forever.
His character.
I
Piece of
think
shit.
because he's going back to Winterfell, he's gonna have. Oh, first theory. He's gonna have a redeemable death. Like he's gonna sacrifice himself and die at Winterfell for one of his brothers.
I think that's the only way he could be redeemed.
It
Man.
would
Maybe,
have to be
yeah.
for someone huge.
yeah,
For sure.
like John or
Yeah.
For
Sansa.
sure.
Yeah, if it's for Jon or Sansa, that'd be.
Or
Cool.
Well, didn't he
Bran.
help Sansa?
Yeah, he helped her.
He helped her
before.
escape.
Right.
He helped her escape.
Yeah.
So that didn't.
So maybe.
He's
And
already.
you did him
trying-
saving his
Yeah,
sister.
he's trying to.
He's trying.
He's trying.
Yeah, I agree. He's not
He's
there
not there yet.
I agree.
I mean,
But
Ramsey
he's-
fucked him up pretty hard, Rick.
Ramsey was
Ramsey
pretty good,
was really good. That was my favorite character. Oh man, yeah.
Ramsey Bolton.
The psycho
Bolton.
dude.
So
You thought
fucking
Joffrey
good.
was bad. This kid just wants to hurt people. Yeah.
It's all
Gotta
psycho
keep him,
as
man.
shit.
Yeah.
What was my next point to that? So he comes in and shoots Mac in the eyeball.
Mac! I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, I didn't know it was
that was
And
cool.
you seen Always It's Always Sunny?
In
Oh,
Philadelphia?
really?
Yeah, Mac.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was the guy that gets like crossbow I
crossbow in
think,
the eye.
in the fucking eye or
Oh, I
whatever.
gotta watch that again.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
small little
Cameo.
cameo or
Little
whatever.
cameo.
But I thought that was
That
funny.
was cute.
This is not like an Ed Sheeran cameo.
Oh yeah,
Singing and everything.
Yeah.
What?
yeah. You
I don't remember.
Was that last
It was
season?
in
or-
season 7.
Shut
he
the
was
fuck
singing.
up.
Yeah, he was one of the fucking Lannister soldiers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Arya's
wow.
coming along and you hear singing and then all
Oh
of a
shit!
sudden
That's right.
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran's like in the cameras.
Fuck!
Fucking zoom in.
He's got the same hair.
He's got
and
his
everything.
fucking Twitter handle in the
He's got his
bottom.
guitar.
He's fucking...
Oh, yeah.
Follow
The
me,
two,
yeah.
the two mics to sing in.
Ginger hair.
That's funny. Yeah, I remember
I
that.
didn't notice you there. Let me sing my song.
Then we cut back to Winterfell, where the spider and Jorah
Spiders.
and
Yeah.
Tyrion are kind of talking about how nothing lasts while they're overlooking Jon and
Oh,
Dany
okay.
down there, right? And then they go and fucking
With Sir Davos, right?
yes, Sir Davos. Wait, who was the third then? Sir,
It was
Sir Davos
Mormont? No, it was
Tyrion
Tyrion.
and the spider. Yeah,
There's
three.
Tyrion,
Sir
Davos. I think it was. Are you sure it was in 4? Because I thought it was
Tyrion,
Tyrion,
Davos,
Davos,
Not as old as
Varys,
you.
Varys.
and Mormont. I thought it was all 4.
Oh, you know what? I don't think Jorah was there.
Obviously.
I don't think he was. I could be wrong.
Either way.
Either way, they're overlooking Jon Snow and Dany, and they're talking about how nothing lasts,
Like
which
playing
may
in
be
the snow.
overshadowing.
They're like
something.
super, like foreshadowing like their
They're the old wise
relationship,
men,
like
so-
the whole like Daenerys is maybe not a good queen. Like that's hinted at several times in this episode about Daenerys like maybe not being a good queen or
Mhm.
queen at all.
I think because they're going to try to make room for obviously Jon eventually taking
Yeah.
the king, so they got to make her.
If he's the true heir, yeah. Well, he is, so yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
So yeah.
But then Jon rides a fucking dragon,
Dragon.
Dragon.
which
That was
only
cool.
which only Targaryens can do, right?
Right.
Yes,
That was cool,
So that should be a
but
hint to him.
but I hated the joke of the dragon staring at them. I hated that. Joke.
was
I'm
that
like,
a joke? I think that was more like, oh, they're just transitioning.
The director
I don't know.
I felt like it was a joke, and I was like, "That's too jokey." for
said
kids
that it
nowadays.
was the dragons accepting him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because it looked like the dragon was smiling, like
Yeah, kid.
like it felt like that scene in Captain America: Civil War where Bucky and Falcon are in the car, like looking.
No.
I felt like it was a similar scene. I was like,
I did not
come
get
off
that.
way. I did not
You
get
did.
that.
That's not the
I thought
emotion
that-
I received from that dragon.
I thought it was a jokey thing, but I guess it's not.
No,
So that's
I
why I was
didn't
like,
see it that
oh, I
way.
don't like that.
I did feel like, however, the fuck, where was I going with that?
And she's like, we could beat you 1,000 years. And then Bronn's like, hey, I'm right here. I know where you're at.
I think I was gonna point out about that. What was it?
Dragons.
Dragons flying.
Oh yeah,
He's a Targaryen.
yeah, I remember. So I thought that the him riding the dragon part, as much as we suspend our belief, I feel like he would have fucking fallen. Because I've been on the back of like a
Or
jet,
two.
like a
Dragon?
boat,
No, yeah.
like a boat, like just
The-
holding a tube.
Yeah, the tube
right?
thing. That's exactly what I
Now,
thought
now
of.
think of being in the air and like
Fucking
diving down,
no
dude.
way.
I was like, no
you
way.
would let go
dude.
and die.
Yeah, like without some kind of seat or
Saddle.
harness. Yeah, like a saddle, you would have fallen off, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like, especially if all you're holding onto is spike, like
But-
your sheer force, like of just your hand strength.
But maybe
I was
that's
like,
what it is, like magic. Like
Maybe
that
John's so
keeps him
stronger
on.
than you. Maybe he's just better for him.
No.
Well,
Now,
the
we've
Daenerys
been
is all-
rafting.
Maybe,
Just that shit.
maybe that's why
The
we're
waves.
watching this and
Yeah.
not Frank's story rafting. Okay?
But I looked at it, I was like, dude, I would have fucking
Yeah,
fallen.
impossible,
Yeah, I felt like I could have. My mind was getting there, and I was like, no, better not.
Yeah.
Just don't go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll never come back from there.
Yeah, you can't break the shell.
Now we have an interaction between Arya and the Hound. Wait, was it
Gendry,
And
then the
Gendry.
Hound. You have notes, man. That I don't
Gendry.
remember.
Well, they're right next
I
to each
didn't
other.
get a good
They were
look, but it looked like
same
she was commissioning, it looked like a spear,
I thought it was like a little dagger.
right?
But it
The
looked
one
like
that
it
she
came
had?
apart.
It had like two pieces to
Yeah,
it.
it was like a tube, right? Something's
Yeah,
in
so it
something.
looked like a spear, and then it looked like a tip. I thought maybe a crossbow or like either like a staff or some shit. But I was like,
I
that,
don't
that
know
doesn't
what
look like
she was
the
looking at.
typical
It's
weapon
like
that
a
she
glow stick or
uses, which is like
something.
the rapier and the Dagger.
So it was either like a sheath and like a sword or like some
maybe.
kind of arrow. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's interesting. But I thought it was a cool, like, oh, hey, Arya and Gendry. Like, it's been a while for them, too, for
I
them
ship
catching
them.
up.
And they're being all
Yeah,
flirty
dude.
and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
They look good.
That would be a real
Nice.
Stark Baratheon.
That would be
Ooh,
real
that's
cool.
that would be
cool.
pretty good.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty good. I like that.
That'd be cute.
I ship them.
Yeah.
They should roll the Iron Throne.
Yeah.
That's good.
Right?
That was
That's a
an
power
idea
couple.
floating.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh.
And then she runs into the Hound. After.
Which I thought this one should have lasted longer.
Me
or
too.
A little bit better.
Yeah. I think they could have given us a little more other than
Like, I thought he reacted awesomely to her.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
And then
I
she
agree.
didn't ever say anything back. I was like, can she like say something mean
She
back?
can't really say
Like,
anything.
She killed the spirit. Maybe.
oh, I guess so.
Oh.
I don't know. I felt like something
Cold little
something
bitch.
more should have.
Cold little bitch.
Cold little bitch.
do you want them to be buddy again? Like, what do you think? Or do you want them? I
'cause
would
I
think
really-
they can.
I really like.
He
their
was on her
relationship.
list, and
Yeah.
she's been knocking people off that list.
So,
Yeah. So she
so
might
does that mean she
re-knock
still
him off?
might?
well, no, I mean, I think she already did what she was going to do because she left him alive. Like, she
Yeah.
didn't not kill him on purpose.
But her list isn't done.
I felt like she did. She left him alive because partially she
worst
didn't want to
death?
actually kill him.
It would have been a worse off.
Yeah,
for
it
him
would
to
have been a worse
suffer.
death. So she's like, all right, fine, I'll just leave him. And I felt like they had actually established a relationship, at least through the show.
Yeah.
Through their 2 seasons they're together. So I don't know. I felt like she liked him a
There could
little
be
bit
multiple
more.
reasons. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe wrong. Could have read it wrong with the dragon situation.
So then we cut to Sansa and Jon having their interaction to finally kind of privately have their conversation
I like their
about
interactions.
what's going on. I did too,
Yeah.
right? Because they're both
She's older than him.
passionately arguing about what they know and what they're about,
Mhm.
and they're having to convince each other while also trying not to piss each other off, right? Because I mean, alliances at this point, can be
Yeah.
frail or whatever. But
Yeah.
So Jon Snow's what now? Nothing, right?
I mean,
he's the king. He's the
No.
true king of the
He-
Seven Kingdoms.
Okay, but like
That's yeah.
before
Yeah.
everyone finds that out,
Right now, he's nothing. He
They
wants to
called
be.
him your
He wants to
grace.
be nothing.
he's just a commoner, though, right?
I mean, not
He
really.
has no
Well,
titles, right?
no
he has
known
no lands.
title. Yeah,
But I
He's
think
a bastard.
people know he's a hero.
He's
right?
no longer Lord Commander of the Night's Watch.
No.
He's not affiliated with them or anything.
He died.
He's no longer, the
The
head
king
of
of the
Winterfell or whatever.
Yeah.
He's not
Yeah.
a Stark. So he's jack shit, right?
Yeah,
And
that's
And
what they were telling
that's
him?
why little
Yeah.
Mormont was like, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah,
I think they still call him Lord though, just
Out of
as a
respect,
out of
yeah.
respect. Yeah.
yeah.
Because I mean, he's still something in their eyes, right? But he's
Right.
If
not.
nothing else, he's on the table that makes decisions.
Yeah. Despite him not having an actual title
He'll
Yeah.
get that title. Yeah.
yet. After that,
Samwise,
Sam.
he did so good.
He did,
He
man.
did so
He
good.
did. I had totally forgotten.
Yeah.
That his dad and brother were just.
I mean, the dad was a fucking asshole to him.
He was.
But
Which
the-
I thought he would
The
have
brother
been.
was also a little mean to him too, wasn't he?
No.
I don't
But
think
also
so.
the brother was in Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
It was
that's
Luther.
true.
I was like,
Luther.
what? That's
Luther.
I realized that. I was like, it's fucking
Yeah.
Luther.
Nice.
I saw that. I think, yeah, I mean,
I think he loved his brother. Like, the dad only preferred the brother, but it wasn't the brother's fault. Like, I think
Yeah.
But
they
was
still had a
was
respectful
wasn't there
relationship.
friction between the brother and him too, where he felt like he had nobody at home?
I don't remember that.
Like that's why he even took the sword because he was like, "Fuck them," right?
Yeah, I think this is just mostly his dad.
I think it's his
more than
dad.
anything.
Well, because he's older than his brother. Like, he can't blame his brother. Like, it's all his dad, really.
Okay.
Like, that's why it was supposed to go to him, the eldest. But
Yeah.
he's like, I know, I'm going to give it to your brother because your
Yeah.
brother's better.
And then
Yeah.
his dad's the one who sent him to the Night's Watch.
Yeah.
That's why he receives the news differently. Like, when she told him his dad died, he's like, oh, well, it's fine. My brother's Lord. And then she's like, no, your brother too. And then he starts crying.
And that's when
Yeah.
he takes
But I
him
think
out.
he still was affected by his dad dying. Which
Oh, yeah, he still was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he
Because
didn't
even though,
start
like-
quivering. His little face.
Yeah, like I get it. Like I understand if you were not sad by them dying, like because they're super mean people to begin
Yeah.
with, especially the dad.
Mhm.
But also at the same time, they're still your father and your brother.
Yeah, you still have,
You
like,
have
a
that
connection
connection
to
to them, so it does make you sad if they die so suddenly, and for kind of a crazy reason too. They're just like, you're not gonna bend the knee? Okay.
Yeah.
Just like that, they're just dead.
Yeah.
It's like no options, no nothing. No.
She gave
That's
them
what
options.
she
Well,
has to do
they
because
refused.
she's
Yeah.
coming from outside. Like, in order to gain power back in a land that hasn't seen her, like, she does have to be a hard ass like that.
Yeah, she's got to.
But that's also
Flex.
why people are going to be rooting for John to be king.
Yeah.
Because he won't have to take those measures. People already know who he is.
And I think that's always been the worry, right? As they say, is she like her father or whatever?
Right, a
like,
tyrant.
like a bad king, just,
Killing
anyone, just because or whatever. And that's why he points out, well, like, I mean, you were tasked with, like, killing the
you
wildlings and you didn't kill them, right? So
that already shows better judgment.
Yeah, better judgment,
him.
or, at least more compassion,
Right.
for people's lives and stuff like that.
And the wildlings aren't even, like, anybody to be people behind the wall or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and he still saw them as people. Yeah, John's gonna be a good king.
Maybe.
Should be good.
Yeah, we'll see, right?
So after this, Bran, of course.
Well, wait, we kind of skipped over the part where he tells John that he's a Targaryen.
That's after Bran tells him to go tell him.
Whatever, man.
Stop, man.
Just trying to...
Sam goes to the courtyard and he's like, Bron, you're still here?
Yeah.
It's
like nighttime.
Okay, still
No
staring.
one's wheeled me.
No one's wheeled me!
Someone wheeled him to the wall. He's just standing at the wall.
And that's when he says the line, though, right? I'm waiting for an old friend. Isn't that what he said? That's
What
when
does
he
that
said
mean?
He's waiting for you.
We'll see. We'll find out at the end of the episode.
We'll find out at the end of this episode, since you haven't seen this episode already.
You guys don't
We'll get there. We'll get there. Don't worry. It'll be
get
good.
there.
We'll get there. It's good that you don't know yet.
Eventually.
All right, so he tells Sam, "Hey, you got to tell John, like, he needs to know or whatever." And then we have that moment finally after, like, let's say at the very least 2 seasons, right? Because we've known and we want him to know, right, or whatever. Finally goes with telling John, like, "Hey, your actual lineage, you're actually Aegon Targaryen of the 4th, 5th, or whatever it was." Telling him his actual line, you're not Ned Stark's true son, which I thought it was interesting that he was like, you're telling me like my father's lied to me this whole time, which like, I didn't think like, oh shit, he could take that bad, because he think that, oh, he's lied to me my entire life.
I thought he took it like pretty well.
Considering.
No, but like at first.
But like, like at first you think like, oh,
Yeah.
like this could go bad. I didn't think it was,
I just think Jon Snow took that pretty...
Yeah, for sure.
If anything,
Pretty
that
well.
skepticism, like telling
He's
me
like-
who I am, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm king? Okay.
Right.
Yeah, like just like
Okay,
your whole
I guess,
life.
I believe it.
He reacted
I think
reasonably.
I think he could have dug in a little deeper or asked a little more questions. He was just kind of really accepting right away.
Well, Sam said he read it in the books and Bran is doing his Bran thing.
That's true.
Remember? Because he says it like that, Bran's, Bran. And so we figured out that you are, the son of whoever and whoever.
Yeah.
I
I
really
would
like
have
that
wanted him to
introduction.
freak out a little more. I don't know.
Well, he kind of
I think he's preoccupied right now.
Maybe
I think
shock.
I think also it's one of those things where it doesn't settle in until later when you get life-changing news like that or
Right,
something.
his
Like it doesn't
whole
hit
life.
you right away.
Yeah.
And he's still, I think it's just another thing where it's like, another thing. He's still concerned about the whole army coming, the White Walkers. Like, he's just concerned about that right now. He's like, that's really crazy, but I kind of still need to focus on this at the moment. Like, even though I'm Lord of 7 Kingdoms, and it may not be the 7 Kingdoms.
So then after this, we cut to Home Hearth, or was it Hearth?
Last
Hearth. Right? That's where they where
the team is.
The team is the the Black Watch team.
Oh, that's where I was at?
Tormund. Yeah. Team Tormund
In barracks.
meets up with the Night Watch there.
Oh, the White Walker's his old friend?
What?
No.
Oh, okay. Keep going.
Oh no.
It's Jamie Lannister, dude.
Oh, shit!
God damn it, bro! Why did you wait?
Spoilers!
Spoiler alert to our own fucking thing.
No, yeah, I saw it. I remember now.
Because I wanted to, I was like, what old friend,
Because he never told anyone. Like, as soon as he healed,
Yeah,
that's
he's
when they got him to do the eye stuff.
Well, he was
Like, because
he was on the run, wasn't he? Didn't
He
they?
was in a coma for a good while.
He was in a
And
coma.
then he was on the run with the wildling chicken brother.
But, like, as soon as, like, he gained consciousness, they picked him up, right? Like, he took off?
Because Theon was after him.
Theon! Okay, alright. I remember now. Yeah. Shit. Alright, yeah. Reunions! Okay.
Reunions. Then we get to where the they find that sigil, or is
before
that?
he's like, he has blue eyes.
Oh yeah,
I always had blue eyes.
I always had blue eyes. Oh, that was
That was
good.
funny.
That was
That was
awesome.
good. That was good.
That's fucking great.
Yes, him and Brienne.
Yes,
They should
Large
be
babies.
warrior babies.
Large babies.
Healthy babies.
And then that sigil of body parts making that kind of spiral, which we've seen in that spiral thing has been done right whenever White Walkers are doing their stuff. Like even in the
That's
beginning,
what they're saying.
Well, season 1, episode 1.
this wasn't the
Same
first
thing.
time we've seen that spiral. Is what I'm saying.
No.
When the horses were dead, I think 2-3 seasons ago, I remember they were in a spiral
Yeah.
Really?
motion
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah. Or even in the very first episode, very first episode,
Yeah.
they weren't necessarily spiral, but it was kind
The
of
body
circle-ish. Yeah.
Yeah,
When they show the flashback of the little children creating the first White Walker, the Night King,
Mhm.
Talk about
it spirals, right?
Yeah.
I think it was the flowers or whatever, and then they start to die, and he was at the very center,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I think that's what that symbol is.
Wait, why did they make the White Walker? Why did they make him? To
To
protect them,
protect
right?
themselves.
And then it backfired?
To protect themselves from what, humans?
Humanity.
Yeah,
Humanity?
because they were destroying forests and stuff.
Yeah.
There's all the
Recycle.
construction and
Yeah.
Or
Parking
concrete
lot.
buildings.
Parking
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have theories about that sigil being Targaryen, just because it's like the Targaryen sigil with the
Yeah, their
dragons or
dragons are
whatever.
in a circle.
I think that's similar, but I don't think that's. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I feel like they've already shown that sigil before. I don't think it has anything to really do with the Targaryen stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, people are saying oh, he's a Targaryen or whatever. So
that'd be weird because again, that was when they were telling that story, it was thousands of years ago or whatever.
yeah,
Well, he was Targaryen, right?
Who?
The White Walker, the Night King.
Was he?
was he?
Is that why he can ride the dragon, the ice dragon?
I thought it was just because he was a zombie.
I thought they were just both zombies and the dragon's no longer a regular dragon.
Yeah, he's a zombie dragon.
I mean, it'd be cool if they took the Targaryen symbol and then made it evil or whatever, but how do you justify that? You just said they made him.
Also,
Yeah, the little children made it.
how would
Yeah.
that progress the story in any way?
Yeah.
If he was a Targaryen, just okay, or is it a huge thing?
Yeah, I think it would only be impactful if he was somehow related to someone who's alive
If they
now,
made it a huge
which I
thing.
doubt because it's been years and stuff. So
What if he's got politics he wants to implement? But
That's what I'm saying. He takes
no
the
one's
throne.
heard him, okay? All right?
all right,
It's not a two-party
All right,
system, all right?
Rick.
What if he has his own thoughts, all right?
Aww.
Get his own
Climate
ideas.
change?
Climate
change.
Then we have the ending part where Jamie arrives at Winterfell and he sees Bran there, just looking at him, staring at him.
Fuck.
Stephen Hawking stare down.
You think? I bet he still doesn't say anything though.
No.
He'll be all
I think they already know
mystical
that.
about it.
Yeah, because I think he's gonna see that Jamie has some kind of part in the story. I think he's not gonna go about telling everyone.
Well,
Also, because he doesn't see himself as
As
the
Bran,
human as
yeah.
Bran anymore.
What if he admits everything to everybody?
It looks like they have a trial for him.
They'll kill Jamie then.
Yeah,
Jamie
Daenerys
went
is
there
all
to
talking about-
die. He didn't even know. They're gonna fucking get. Why did he go?
Because
Why
he
did
wanted to
he
get away
go?
from Cersei, maybe to warn them about Cersei, maybe? That she's not
Right.
bringing an army to
That
come.
Oh.
she's backing out.
Right. Okay.
Also,
so he's
why
trying
is
to be
his
good.
hair brown?
Right? She's no longer
It's
like
no longer
blondish.
blonde.
Well, neither was Tyrion. I mean, they were all supposed to be blonde, but.
Yeah, I wonder what
This
that
is like
what
brown,
choice.
brown.
Yeah, I wonder what choice that was because they had all these Lannisters are known for their gold.
Yeah.
Well, there aren't even
Locks
any
or
Lannisters
whatever.
anymore. They're the only Lannisters, so
Yeah.
maybe it doesn't even matter anymore.
Maybe
no more gold. For
maybe he
them.
did it
There's
because
still
that's why he's
Lannisters,
also not dressed in
Key
regal
Lannisters.
stuff, so no one recognizes him.
I
Maybe.
mean, I
Mud?
think they would still recognize him.
Apparently not. He's in the courtyard. No one's fucking saying
Yeah,
anything.
Well, he had a
glasses can
hood
hide
on.
Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Okay? A little bit of mud can hide.
I mean, Tyrion in the
Yeah.
first episode was super blonde too, and now he's
Yeah, he was.
curly brown.
Yeah.
So
It's true.
I think it's
What
just,
choice that was.
yeah, I think it's just,
I think it's just like a
It's
time
weird.
thing.
production thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it's really anything to do with
We're
the
getting
story.
all grimy and shit.
Yeah.
Theories.
Man, I don't know. I
Jon
feel like
and
something's
Daenerys
going to happen to
take
Daenerys.
All
They're
right,
really
so
building up to that.
Who takes the throne?
Obviously,
I
we're all
can't-
gonna want.
Go!
We're all gonna say Jon is obviously if he's the rightful one.
Daenerys.
I would like Jon to get the throne, but I feel like they could go any.
I want them to
direction.
plot twist it.
I feel like they're gonna either
We
plot
think it's
twist
gonna
it.
be Jon, but it's not gonna be Jon.
They're either gonna plot twist it or they're gonna have Jon. Because think about season 7 was like a real fan servicey season, or even 6 even. It was like everything was going good for especially season 6, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's
and
where
7.
around the time where we ran out of books, right?
Yeah. So now it's like the show writers
Right.
writing however
All
they want
of
to
us.
write it,
Yeah.
more or less.
Yeah. So, I mean, could
which-
possibly, like, even, like, so Littlefinger's death, I know this is not about this episode, but Littlefinger's death always bothered me. I always felt that it
Wasn't enough.
wasn't enough. It felt quick. It felt a little, and I feel like, God damn it.
What?
Forgot what my point was.
No.
Well, I
Shut
felt
up,
like the way-
Littlefinger.
The way they killed, I think the reason why they killed Littlefinger is because they didn't know what to do with him in the last season. Like, we don't know where to put him.
Well, right. Well, okay,
So
so
they just killed him.
I remember my point now is, like, what are they going to fucking do in the books, right? Like, how does Littlefinger, if Littlefinger dies in the books?
I don't even know if the books
Damn,
have been
Littlefinger takes
finished
the throne.
in the book.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? Like, that could potentially be a possibility.
That's what he was trying to do the whole time. Like,
Yeah.
Trying to
So,
get
like,
there.
all this shit is just pure HBO writers.
Well, I mean, they're
right?
still working
Correct.
with George to.
Well,
Are they?
Yeah,
Kinda-
he's still an executive producer.
Yeah, he kind
He still has a
of.
say
He
and
said there was an article recently where he said the ending of the books are not that different from the show.
Okay.
That different. So
So he
it's-
probably
So it's probably
More
still
or less,
aligned, just
yeah.
not. Okay.
Yeah, I think the overall broad strokes are going to be the same. Maybe how they get there or how they do it is maybe a little bit different.
because he was
Okay.
setting up for that Jon reveal for all of that. So
Yeah.
that's probably still what he wanted to do anyway.
Mhm.
I'm just wondering if he could, maybe now that everyone knows, if he could switch it up as a meta.
I mean, I like how it was the kids because they said that he was trying to do to them what he has done to everyone, was like split them up. But now they're Starks and their family's strong, so
Yeah.
they kill him with all the evidence that they presented him with. It was very
What do you think's going to
just.
happen with Cersei? You think she's gearing up to have this gold company, but you think she's just going to stay in King's Landing and just fend off there? If
Well, her thing is to pick up the pieces. She's gonna
Yeah.
let them fight the White
And
Walkers.
then she's going to take out the remainder.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you think she
She's
still is
gonna
going to
swoop
send
in at the end.
reinforcements
She's going to swoop in
So
and
that she gets.
and then sack whatever's
The throne.
left or
So
whatever.
if they make
Okay.
plans, I'm assuming at whatever moment that the Lannisters are supposed to do something, she's probably going to not do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Just fuck them over instead.
Yeah, she's
Okay,
gonna fuck
okay,
him over
yeah.
for sure.
Damn.
unless Jamie tells them and
Correct.
they're prepared for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
And
see
he just
because it
comes
looks
clean.
like they're gonna have a fucking execution with him because he's fucked over
I hope
everyone
they don't kill
there.
him. I
Yeah.
hope they don't kill him.
Yeah, that
He's
just
one of
that
my
would
favorite
suck.
Same.
Yeah, same.
Same. I like
Yeah.
him.
And I don't like, and again, because the preview for next episode is Daenerys being like, my brother and I always wondered what we would do to the guy who killed our dad. And
Yeah.
I was like, shut up, woman! not in the sense that she's a woman, but I was like, shut up! I didn't think that sounded way sexist, and I was like, that's not what I meant at all. That's not...
Yeah, right. You just hates women. That's all I hear.
That's not what I meant. Not what I meant.
Yeah, Caleb, you're out.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, and on that note, we're out. This is the fucking beginning of what? 8 episodes? 6 episodes?
6 episodes.
Yeah.
Wait, no. I have questions.
Oh, what
what
else
are
you
we
got?
going to do for the remaining 5 episodes? I was telling them the
A
third
battle?
episode's going to be the big battle.
Yeah.
The second one's another setup. Third one's big battle. And then they have 2 more episodes to finish everything.
Tie up
Cersei,
everything.
have everything in 2 episodes.
Unless,
Well, because that's how much damage is going to be
unless
done.
they're like,
Yeah.
Game
Yeah,
of
it's
Thrones
true.
2, baby.
Shut the fuck up.
And they just break it up right here, and they just cut the
Damn.
story, and then continue with another one.
Damn.
I mean, they already
Well,
got
we're doing the
prequels
prequels,
planned,
right?
so.
But still.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
That'll
You,
be a
you
good
ended
watch.
off on Game of Thrones 2.
Well, so you think in the last 2 episodes, like, everything will be done. And then it's just kind of everyone going after Cersei, or Cersei coming after them.
Right? Or is
It's
it,
going to be something to that.
I feel like
like,
they're going
is
to
it going
lose
to
a
be like
lot.
Lord of the Rings, where they're going to have, like, say, this was just one chunk of that universe, or of that one story part, but here are other parts in the same
Other
setting
stories.
of other stories, of other dynasties or lineages.
No,
that's
it's
in that-
fine, but
yeah.
it has to end this story, it has to have this story has to have a conclusion.
Right.
Kind of like any Star Wars trilogy. Every story has to have a conclusion.
Yeah.
To its story. So it's I think it's going to be interesting to see how they conclude their story
In 5 episodes.
In 5 more episodes.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know.
We don't know. We'll have to see.
I mean,
I keep trying to close it out.
No, go ahead.
I mean, it's just like, okay, so if we're talking about who's going to sit on the throne, right? Realistically, what do you think's going to happen?
John.
Do you think it's going to be John and John and Daenerys
That's going to be
sharing the crown?
No, because I think that's why Sam was like,
Well, he's
It has to be
saying, like, you need to... So if he marries her, then he becomes king.
yeah. But would
Right.
she be with that? Like he
Yeah.
was with that.
I think
Yeah,
she'd
like
be
she
with
would
that,
have to give up her crown
'cause she's a woman,
for him, and
she gives up
he's the rightful heir.
what she has
So he's
to
the rightful-
make him happy.
rightful
Exactly. That's
heir.
why she's gonna be like, "Oh, you're a Targaryen anyway. That's fine. I
I don't
love
think
you
it's gonna be.
anyway."
I think
No,
she'll
I
still
know.
struggle with it though.
No, I think she's going to struggle.
I
with
think
it.
she may not want to.
She's not going to want to give it.
I mean, that would be the ultimate test.
I mean,
right?
and that's the conflict. So
Yeah.
I
maybe
think
that's
she's not going to give it.
Yeah.
So if she doesn't, then does that then give Cersei
Do they fight?
the time to strike
I don't
when
think
they're
John
at
cares.
right? While they're at each other? If it doesn't work out, I'm assuming Daenerys isn't going to like that. And what if that splits up the alliance?
Yeah, I mean, like they said, nothing lasts forever. Maybe they're foreshadowing that they're going to fight, they're going to get into it.
The
or
alliance won't last forever
maybe.
Shit.
between.
I mean, she's seen the
Starks and
threat.
Targaryens?
She knows what. I mean, they killed one of her dragons. Like she
Yeah.
wants out.
One spear.
If he's like, yeah, but now I'm king.
I don't think he wants
Yeah,
it.
but
I don't think
he
he
doesn't
cares
want
He's
enough.
not like that.
But
if anything,
it would be
he'll-
the only thing to unite all of them together. It would unite the Northerners to follow him because he's Jon Snow King. He's their fucking.
What if
I mean, it
whatever.
makes sense.
And then it unites all the Unsullied because they're all under her,
Her.
and then she's his right hand because she's the queen.
It would truly be a song of ice and fire. Yes, it does.
Not even a Game of Thrones.
Jon
just a
Snow
song of
and
ice.
she's fire.
Oh, I get you.
Come on.
Is he ice?
That's why it's called a song of ice and fire.
Because he's dead? He's cold?
No, because he's
He's been in the
he's
winter.
from the north. He's a winter.
He's the winter.
Oh.
And
Well, in
she's
the books,
fire. She's
Starks
southern.
have like
She's-
that
she's
northern
got
magic,
fire.
right? They have Stark magic.
Yeah, but they didn't mention that in
What's
the
Stark
show.
magic?
Stark magic?
Yeah, in the books.
What?
Well, maybe it's books, but
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull a Rick. Oh, we're not talking about the books right now.
I'm just
Oh,
trying to help out her argument
we're
to
talking
her
about
fucking,
the
or your
issue.
argument about cold and fire. You piece
And
of
next
shit.
time.
I'm trying to help you, you asshole.
Just kidding, bro.
You're right, Heidi. Fuck that. He's wrong. It made no sense.
And that's going to be it for this episode, everybody. Thanks for tuning in and checking out our podcast. We got many more theories and discussions on Game of Thrones to come. So come on back, check us out, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.
Farewell. It's been so
Cheers.
Goodbye.
Yeah, I need to watch The Mandalorian.
Is that going to be about Boba Fett?
No, it's going to be after Return of the Jedi, about a solo Mandalorian
Okay.
and a ragtag team of
Who's playing the Mandalorian?
Pedro Pascal, who we just recently saw in Triple Frontier. He was the airplane pilot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
From Narcos.
Yes,
I like
and
that
Game of
guy.
Thrones.
He's going to be the Mandalorian?
Oh, Oberyn.
Oberyn. Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
raped her. You murdered her. You killed her children.
That was Heidi's ringtone.
That was my
for
ringtone for the
Wow.
longest time. Yeah, the whole, all of it. You
Right.
raped her. You murdered her. You
in
killed her.
public.
Yeah.
Fucking all them screaming. You raped her! You murdered her! Hello?
Oopsie.